Welcome to Hunter Beyond Time and Space Chapter 64. Two Calm People. Countdown, 44 hours and 30 minutes, 3:30 a.m. Number 2 City, 9th District. In a small street at the bottom of the city, a young man in a gray suit is walking leisurely. The accumulated water on the ground is like a mirror, reflecting his calm demeanor. There is no bustling scene as imagined here. Pools of water and garbage can be seen everywhere on the street, and the walls are covered with colorful dirty words and protest slogans. It's not like the imagined tech city, but rather like a slum. However, when the young man walks here, he seems to be walking on the streets of London, casual and gentlemanly. He arrived at a clothing store. The boss, a woman in her 30s, was sitting with her legs crossed, enjoying world news on her transparent phone. In fact, there are many such inexplicable small clothing stores in the world that always sell outdated clothes and have no customers. You have no idea how these stores survive, but they never go bankrupt. The boss doesn't seem to care whether there are customers or not. But no one expected that this small store would have another secret. And now, they have been brought to the world inside. The young man walked into the store, and the boss still had no response, seemingly unaware that anyone had come. He stood in front of the counter, tapping on the table with his fingers with a smile. There was a sharpness hidden behind his smile. The boss quickly stood up when she looked up, somewhat flustered, and said, "Mr. He, I'm sorry I didn't notice you coming in." He Jianqiu smiled and said, "Don't be nervous, I'm here to deliver 2 messages that you need to pass on as soon as possible. Firstly, Dong Suyue and Tian Xiaomiao have been discovered as time travelers by the consortium. Tell Xiao Xiao to temporarily cut off contact with them. We'll talk about everything after we return." Understood, the boss quickly memorized what He Jianqiu told her. The second thing is to inform Xiao Xiao to collect as much information about Li Sutong as possible. I found that his energy is even stronger than what we investigated before. It's unbelievable that he can walk away from such a big incident unscathed. Understood, the boss responded again. He Jianqiu murmured, "It looks like we have to win over Lu Dezhu before we take action against Kunlun. We need him." At this moment, He Jianqiu turned his head with a smile and said, "I hope you understand the mission we are carrying now. If there is such a loss of vigilance happening again, the organization will punish you. When we find a suitable candidate, I will have someone to replace your position. After returning, you can find instructor Zhang Zhongyu to add training subjects. Do you have any objections?" The boss lowered her head and said, "No objection." "Okay, then it's decided." He Jianqiu turned around and left. The boss then went into the storage room, not knowing how to convey the message. The slum is one of the few places in the cyber city without surveillance. No one would notice that a special guest had been here. He Jianqiu turned back and looked at the clothing store. This hidden place is most suitable for transmitting messages and concealing identity, but there are still too few people in Kyushu, and even fewer usable people. It seems that he must speed up his pace. In the morning, the familiar knocking on the door sounded. The alloy gate was banging like it was about to resonate. The prisoners always had such vigorous energy, and nowhere to vent it. Qing Chen didn't go out, he was waiting for Lu Guanyi to find the time traveler among the new prisoners. Surprisingly, there were no new prisoners escorted to the 18th prison last night. He turned over and continued sleeping, completely ignoring the noise outside. At this time, Li Sudong was still sitting calmly at the dining table, looking at the chess game that had just been played, without any signs of fatigue. At some point, even Lin Xiaoxiao was amazed. The whole world was in chaos because of last night's incident, but their boss acted like nothing happened and didn't care at all. Guo Huchan, who was bald and shiny, quietly approached him and whispered to Lin Xiaoxiao, "What did you guys do last night?" Isn't there anything exciting? I'm good at fighting. Ha, how did you know? Lin Xiaoxiao looked at him curiously. Although this matter caused quite a stir outside, Guo Huchan had no means of communication here. How did he know about the situation outside? He glanced at the bald man and asked, "Did the psychic class extraordinary of the Spades come? How many of you came? Aren't you afraid that the consortium will take care of you all?" "Save me," Guo Huchan responded with a smile. "Seriously, let me know in advance if you guys have any actions next time." Lin Xiaoxiao sneered, "I don't know what you're thinking. You just want to wait for us to go out so you can find ACE-005 while our boss is looking for it." "It's not like that," Guo Huchan smiled and said, "I just want to know what Li Lao Ban was doing outside last night. If I tell you, he just wanted to eat braised pork, would you believe me?" Lin Xiaoxiao said. "I don't believe it. With such a big fuss, how could there be no reason behind it?" Guo Huchan had a look of disbelief. Lin Xiaoxiao sighed. He knew that no one in the world would believe that their boss really didn't do anything important last night. He just wanted to take Qing Chen out to play. Those people only remember that the boss is a dangerous contemporary demigod, but forget that he is actually a very willful and carefree person. Of course, Lin Xiaoxiao also felt that the other protagonist in this incident, Qing Chen, was still sleeping soundly as if nothing had happened even after noon. While Qing Chen was still sleeping, he suddenly heard the broadcast in the prison, "Prisoner number 010101, a relative is visiting." He sat up slowly and felt a bit confused. According to the time in the world inside, didn't Qin Yan just visit yesterday? Why is she here again today? Meanwhile, Guo Huchan was asking Lin Xiaoxiao in the square, "Wait, isn't it normal to visit once every 3 months? I remember someone visited this kid yesterday." Lin Xiaoxiao, who pretended to be indifferent, said, "Our boss doesn't like him, so I suggest you don't get too close to him and don't inquire about him. Besides, he is from the Qin family, and the consortium has its privileges." Qing Chen did not leave immediately. He slowly washed up, seemingly indifferent to the visit. In his opinion, since it was confirmed that Qin Yan was not an ally, it didn't matter if he waited a bit. Half an hour later, Qing Chen, accompanied by the mechanical prison guard, slowly pushed open the door of the visiting room. However, he was stunned because it was not Qin Yan inside, but Camille Sora. Thank you for listening to this episode of the audio novel, The Timeless Hunter. If you enjoy this channel, click subscribe for more fascinating English audio novels. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, turn on notifications, or share on social media below so you can find this channel again. Let us know your thoughts. See you next time.